Well, first off, I commend Ryder. You talk about a team that competed their tails off for 2 games. Those guys really get after it. And, I was talking to, Coach and just watching. I saw 1 minute of practice, and they had a drill that I've never seen before. And you can just tell how well schooled they are and how they get after it and play the game right. So I commend those guys first and foremost. In regards to us, I thought we matriculated through the game, and eventually, I think Darnell's long and bat that he ended up winning. It kind of was a message internally to our team that we're going to keep doing what we're supposed to do, and eventually the gates will open. And they did. Of course, Josh to my right, I think his swing certainly became the most impactful, the right center gap shot. And then it just gave everybody a little bit of freedom after, and that's just the weird way baseball works. But just an awesome job by our guys. There's no shock to me. These guys can tell you we knew that we would answer the bell. Obviously, you have to, or else we'd be sitting here at a different timing in the press conference. But they answered the bell, and they're going to have to do that again tomorrow. But we'll worry about that at a later time. Everybody deserves food, shower, maybe shower twice, because we all stink. I smell terrible. But get to stay here longer. And we have to be on a mission if we want to remain here a lot longer than just tomorrow midday.
Coach, it feels like you guys have been playing with your backs against the wall the last week now, going back to the Sun Belt tournament. Just talk about the team's resilience and handling adversity against Miami last night, that late finish, and then not that quick of a turnaround with the new 12-hour rule, but being able to come out here today and take care of business against Ryder.
Let me answer that 2 ways. Number one, we have had our backs against the wall. I'll take you back to a doubleheader that against App State early in May, and it's interesting. I don't profess to say the right thing or do the right thing every second. It's really hard, when you're in the position I'm in as a head coach, leader, and all that. And, we told our guys, we're not worrying about any of this stuff. They can tell you this, I forbid them from warrennolan.com. Now, I don't know if they did it. I didn't check their phones. I'm sure I'd see a lot of things I don't want to see, but we just tried to recenter ourselves and just worry about things we can control and play with a passion and a vengeance that was going to give us an opportunity to essentially outcompete teams. And our players did that. But the second part to that, just my opinion, and your question's great, but I was talking before the game to a couple of the other coaches, and it's great that we have these 2 guys here. Mm-hmm. I don't think that players totally appreciate in the moment what will get remembered about them. I had made reference that I had a teammate I haven't talked to in 15 years call me last night, and I didn't even get to talk to him, but playing Miami, and obviously Chris Dominguez is a teammate of mine in college, and had I got on the phone and we started chatting, I bet we wouldn't have talked about our guys' stats during our time playing together. We would have talked about something that we remember about guys. And what that gets me to, if people really knew what Josh went through after he left his previous school, taking a line drive 112 off his thumb to break his thumb and miss the fall, to have the stuff he's dealt with his back. Anyone who's had back stuff, that's the worst, most debilitating thing. And this guy has continued to hold the NCAA lead right now for doubles and hits amongst active players. If I'm wrong, Jack, on that, you can certainly edit this, but I doubt that it is since he gets a lot of hits and doubles. But it's just stats are great, but you just want people to go, do you realize how tough this kid is? And then Drew to my left is probably, and I'm not prisoner in the moment in this, I know when people are prisoners in the moment, including myself. What he's doing right now, he's obviously banged up. We're not going into the specifics of that. But what he's doing, how he's playing, how he's doing it, I hope no one ever talks about Drew's stats when they have the team come back in, 2046. I hope they say, do you remember what an absolute animal that guy was, what he was dealing with? And at that time, then they'll be able to talk about what he's dealing with and go, yeah, he hit a jack, he hit this double, he hit this triple, he battled, he competed, he made this catch. It's not all sunshine and roses in the sport of baseball, but when you can actually overcome things that are tough and do that for your teammates, that's how you earn the most grand level of respect. And I kid you not, I I'd fight somebody that doesn't think these guys are the ultimate of warriors, because they are, not a wrestling reference, but just they are absolutely warriors in this game, and they're what we want Troy to be represented like, because they're also amazing kids too. So I don't know if that answered that part of your question, but I think it all goes together.
Yeah.
Because you can't play like we do if you don't have guys that do that. It's easy to get a hit. It's easy to strike a guy out. But when you stack every day, you show up every day, when it's not easy, that's how you earn the respect till you die. That's just how you do it.
Coach Matt Dill coming out of the bullpen. Just talk about Dill, Crotchfeld, Thigpen, just the bullpen after Hayden today.
I thought that was just awesome what Matt Dill did. Comes in, we think there's a bunt on. It's not. He throws a 2-2. That's a strike. Doesn't get it called. Could have easily melted. Oh, I didn't get the call. Nope. Gets a strikeout. And then, of course, Josh makes the amazing, double play on that bunt. But the game rewarded Matt by his play, by how he attacked the zone. And then he made them earn everything. He executed pitches. They ended up getting kind of a run on a couple hits to find some spots, an infield hit and such, which Ryder's going to do because they're really good in there. And then we shot our shot with Crotch, and he came in and was big time. And I thought Figgy really helped. You don't want this game to get close. I mean, let's be honest. We're all standing out there. That wind is howling. Get a couple balls in the air. I mean, and I know Drew stuck his ball to center. I don't not hating on it, but I didn't know it was going to go like it did. And I just think that shows you, like, you hit the ball right, it's going to go. So a 7-run lead, you're acting as if it's a 3-run lead. Like, that's just how you have to do it mentally. And I just thought those bullpen guys were really, really, really good to put us in the position that we were. And then obviously offense continued to stack.
Josh, obviously newcomer this year, transferring in. Just talk about your time with the Troy program so far and just what's led up to this moment for you and the guys.
Yeah, it's been, when I hopped in the portal, I wanted something a little bit different. I wanted a kind of like a sense of like a gritty program, and that's exactly what I got here. And just it's such a great locker room, and everyone gets along. And I think, you asked him, our backs to the wall, that's why we're able to pull through it. It's because the off-the-field stuff, I mean, there's nothing to do in Troy except hang out with your boys. So, just this group is a very special group, and if our backs to the wall, these are the guys I want to be around.
Drew, you're laying your whole body out. Coach just mentioned you're banged up, and then you're robbing home runs, you're hitting home runs, and just what have you been feeling? Just like this kind of adrenaline rush playing these last 24 hours and everything. The loss yesterday, but like stuff starting to go your way today with Troy with the win.
Yeah, I'd say adrenaline's a great drug. To have that on my side, it helps out a lot. But what he just said, even though you're banged up, the guys we have in the locker room, the culture that's set with our program, you don't have any other choice. Like, you want to go to war with all 35 guys that we got. So, I mean, I'd play through whatever for those guys in the locker room.
Coach, any kind of pitching plan tomorrow? Everyone's available.
What kind of arm you got?
I mean, tore my UCL a while ago. I'm done.
So you're not helpful to us.
Sorry.
We'll figure it out. I would say this. There's some guys that threw out the bullpen last night that certainly did not come into the game today, and so they need to do their job. I say this all the time. Everybody wants an opportunity, and tourney baseball provides that. But the reality is, once you throw one pitch, we know. It's Drew's pitched for me, so he knows, good or bad, and Drew's been darn good, by the way. But we know if you're convicted and you're going to be successful by about pitch 1 or 2. And tomorrow, whomever that is, we're going to know quick. And if it's not there, then we're gonna pivot out of it, and we'll get weird. We have to, but that's probably when we're at our best, backs against the wall, doing things weird, unorthodox. It doesn't mean it works every time. I made a move last week that we shot our shot in the third inning of a game. Didn't work out. That's my fault, but I'm also stubborn enough to say I would do it again because it was the right thing for the health of one guy, the arsenal of another guy. So we're going to have to do that. And guys are going to have to step up. And I'll be completely honest with you. When we get back on the bus, I know it'll be a happy bus. They'll probably be listening to some highly inappropriate music, but once once we get there and we tell them the plan for the night, guys are going to get challenged because I have no other choice. I have no other choice. Being nice and whatever is not that way, and these two guys know it. And I've probably gotten on Drew so much, but you do it because they're your favorite guys. It's like getting an argument with, a sibling or a parent. Those are way easier to do than people that aren't like highly meaningful to you. Heck, I got on Josh the other day and I made him dap me up, and then he dapped me up kind of hard and like it hurt. I wasn't actually as happy about it, but you know what? He played his butt off after, and guess what? My hand healed. So we'll figure out the pitching. We'll certainly let it be known tonight, but we also got to see what happens in this game that's going to start here, I guess, at some point. I don't know when that would be, but the Trojans will figure it out.